HHDG.
Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. Shout out to everyone tuning in right now through our Facebook group, HHDG, Hip Hop Discussion Group, as well as our YouTube channel. Big shout out to everyone everywhere continuously tuning in. I know we got some people that definitely been tuning in, sometimes shouting us out. We definitely appreciate that. And when I say we, I'm talking about the entire HHDG Media Inc. company, our family, which is Rock Vader KB, myself, Wiki, T. Smith, the Mayor, and Skelly Top. As you can see, we have our website on the bottom banner, hhdgmedia.com, where you can go check out the latest music we put up there. Always quality music out there. Our merch and upcoming events and mixtapes done by our very own Rock Vader KB. Speaking of dope quality hip hop, we have 2/3 of a dope crew repping multiple cities, and we definitely gonna get into how they ended up linking up together and how they continuously been putting out some music. I, for one, we'll talk about how I met one of the members, and through our mutual being fans of Clear Soul Forces and Hero. But for tonight, we definitely going to talk about COR. We have two members, So Sincere and Ab Zero. They've been putting out definitely music that I enjoy because they definitely have some subject matter that relates to me, hip hop, and also just all around comics. I definitely, you get that vibe when you listen to them. You can relate to what they're saying and visualize it. Now, it's always something that I feel that's a key thing that a true lyricist is capable of doing to bring more of the listener into their music, where they come from, what they enjoy, their highs and their lows. But on top of that, we definitely got to get into the whole group name and everything. But definitely the latest project, House of L. If y'all haven't heard it, I will be putting the link in the comments for y'all to check that out. We definitely want to get into this crew. I want to know more about the crew. I'm sure there's people that tune in right now that want to know more about the crew and just how, that their whole process is of creating the dope music. So I'd like to introduce So Sincere.
Peace, Ken.
How you doing today?
Hey, man.
Tonight?
Tonight. Yeah, shoot. It's my daytime. I'm going to the coffin when the sun rises. So.
All right. And also, Ab Zero.
What up? What's the business? What's happening? You all right?
Doing good.
Yes, sir.
Dope. Now, Winston-Salem. Tell us about, that connection right there.
You want to go first? Because that's where we linked up at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. You got it.
Shoot. I moved out here about like 15 years ago. Just about. Went to high school out here. Freshman year of college, met up with this man Zero at the at the bus stop. How we linked up was yo man, yeah, we was battling. We was battling at the bus stop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really it wasn't, I don't know, when you go to certain places, man, you just kind of there's a pocket as far as for the listeners, you know, out here and stuff, and you know, artists. So when I bumped into him, we actually had a conversation about you know, artists that we mess with or whatever.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was just one of those things, man. Like this, there was a connection there off of, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, our pocket of music outside of us trying to bar each other's life bar away and all that, right? So
Right. That's a fact.
he said that's a fact. Yo,
Fact.
man, at campus police pulling up asking, "Hey, what's going on here?" I'm like, hey,
Yeah, it got pretty real out there that day.
shoot, more than once.
And it's funny because even just because normally, like, when we go to tell that story, it's like two different sides, but it's all like, you know, the truth. So it's funny because I wasn't gonna walk over there. I was coming down the steps and I seen all of them in like the circle. You could tell this cipher day, so they all standing in a circle, and I could just see the motions or whatever. And my cousin was with me. Shout out Darius, but he was with me, and he was like, "Yo, he's like, yo, Rick, are you gonna go over there?" I'm like, he's like, "Go ahead, cuz you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't rapping since you've been back. You know, go ahead, go over there." I'm like, "I bet." And I went over there, and you know, Nasir was just barring his life away, man. Like he just had the charisma, he had the flow. You know what I'm saying? It was just he was giving it to him. And I'm like, all right, bet. So then I jump out there, and I see this whole face switch up. Like, he looked like, okay. Like, all right. So then we just, you know, old school. We just started going round for round, rapping. And, you know, campus police pulled up. Everybody left one on the bus, and we stopped, and, you know, mutual respect. We just started chopping it up, and it's like, yo, who you listen to?
That's dope.
And I never forget. He was like, yeah, you know, I rock with Currency. I'm like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah. I'm like, I'll be like, do you listen to him, like, or you just, you know what I'm saying, you caught up? And he started spitting. What was it?
I don't remember this part. Go ahead.
What song was that? I can't remember what song it was. But you started spitting a Currency song.
It probably was off of Pilot
Talk.
Talk.
We started spitting the word. We're like, oh yeah, you messed with spinner. Oh yeah. And from that point, we've been locked in.
Yeah, I've been making music with this man for about like 12 years, man. That's my dog.
That's a fact.
There you go. Dope. And then, how did Shizzle come into play? Did he also go to school out there?
Nah, actually, same with me and you. I actually bumped into him on a Nav post off of Twitter and found out he made music. So we actually been fans of each other for like the last 3 years.
Okay.
But it was like it was weird at first because and I apologize a million times for this. Yo, my man sent me beats and I never touched them. I never touched them. Fast forward to the end of last year, when my grandmother passed away, and I was just in my bag or whatever. I usually don't post shit on social, but yeah, we just started, you know, chopping up on some things, and you know, I mean, just, you know, being there as the homie and all that. The next thing I knew, you know, it was just one of those things. I didn't touch the booth. I think, yeah, we did the COR project that summer, actually. Yeah. So, but outside of that, I wasn't doing anything in my personal lab. So then we started chopping up, and next thing I knew, you know, my man would just send them in like hotcakes, bro. You know, that's how Sunrise came about.
Wow.
So, and it was really cool because in the process of that, because he's from Virginia, he's from Newport. That whole process of it's kind of like with me and Son right now too. You know what I mean? Because he's in Detroit, but I mean, obviously we actually linked up, but with me and him, when we did the Sunrise project, it felt like we was in the lab together, even though we was a good like 100 or some miles away. You know what I mean? So it was one of those moments where like it was like, oh, dude, you know, you're in a certain type of bag that I can. I mean, like I said, I was always a Shizzle fan, but you know that was a little bit different because we was both going through our trials and tribulations at the time. So you know, next thing I knew, man, like I said, the songs started coming through, bro, and it was just like, my boy. So yeah, he's like the official, unofficial member. You know what I mean? So like he's not really a part of the crew. I remember I sent the project to my boy Zero, and he's like, "Yo, so you've been holding out on me, dog?" And I'm like, "Yo, I mean."
I'm like, oh, okay, I bet. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, man, dog, I got my name from Nas, but how this man sounded like Nas, bro? You know what I'm saying? He's just cold with it. Young cat too, man. You know what I mean? That's something I appreciate. Me being 31, about to be 32, you know, always like the golden era, early 2000 hip hop. So, you know, catching somebody in their mid 20s, you know what I mean? And then you go through his catalog. It's kind of like with me and Zero, when you go through our catalog, you be like, okay, you can tell that they appreciate the craft, you know. And I mean, not shooting down anybody's, you know, love for whatever subgenre, but you know what I mean? Because I mean, with that being said, I listen to everything. To be totally honest. So
yeah.
I think it was earlier this year when you sent me the track Way Out featuring Absolute Zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like my coming back. This man has been. The thing with Zero, he hasn't stopped. He hasn't stopped making music. I took like a 7-year break, so that was like my coming out party, and it was just one of those joints, man. Like, I go back and listen to it now, and it's just like, okay, like something about having passion for whatever you do. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you dip off and handle business. I mean, it's always gonna be there, and the passion never goes. So yeah, man.
Who produced that joint?
Can I be totally honest?
Oh.
So that's just one. I think that's probably one of the things I'm missing in my bag of resources right now is production. So a lot of my music has been a lot of YouTube beats.
Yeah.
So
same here. I got a couple, you know, producers that I rock with that send me stuff here and there. You know, and then even so to speak with my album that I've been working on for like ever now. I even stepped out and started, you know, making beats and stuff, and then my little brother makes beats as well. Shout out Mav. He makes beats and stuff. So we've been kind of jumping in and out, you know, with it. But yeah.
I'm about to say, Mav has produced a couple of my tracks too. Shout out to little bro. Young Maverick Top Gun.
Yeah.
You heard?
Little bro.
Dope. He got any social media out there for him? Go check him out.
I'll drop his link in the chat.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken,
it should be 34 Maverick, ain't it?
Yeah, if it's not 34 Maverick, it's probably Mav the artist on like SoundCloud. It's Mav the artist.
Okay. Yeah, we actually got a couple songs together too. I know they did a whole project.
Yeah,
they did the whole Batman Spawn type. That was called.
Yeah, I got to step out and rap. You know, so he's actually very nasty when he decides to pick up his pen. He's very nasty, but he mostly does production though.
Tell us about creating COR.
All right, so yeah. So I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You know, Trefo, Northside, all that good stuff. But I grew up jumping around from Atlanta, or you know, Northside, Gwinnett County, and Detroit. my dad and his side of the family from Detroit. My mother is from North Carolina, but we moved to Atlanta in like 2001. So like I was bouncing back and forth. But nonetheless, in 2007, I was going to Parkview High School, and I ran into the guy I actually started the group with, my man C. Shout out to Flash, but
the Flash, boy.
Yeah, shout out to Flash. But I ran into him, and we had like we was just battling everybody, like like this back in the time when like Philly like had all these rappers and stuff, like battle rappers just starting to become like a thing or whatever. So it was still ciphers, and we were just going around the school just giving everybody the business. Like, oh yeah, you rap? Let's go. Yeah, step into my office real quick. And but like honestly, like a whole semester, I was like, dog, we need to start a group. Like, dog, I'm from here, you from there. My other homie team, what I'm saying? Shout out Mario or whatever. But he from New York. Like everybody was from somewhere different.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, yo, we need to start a group. And he's like, all right, what you gonna call it? And I'm like, let's call it COR. He's like, COR. I'm like, yeah, Connection of Rappers. I was like, because everybody's from somewhere different. Everybody, got their own different style and their own little setup or whatever. And we all just us. Like we weren't like the super popular kids. We weren't the lame kids. We was like that right there in the middle. We was the middleman to everybody. So we started that in 2007, and then I was just running around with that. And then I moved back to North Carolina in 2009, the summer of 2009. And finished up high school or whatever, and then freshman year of college, I ran into Amir. And we hit it off. I think, if I'm not mistaken, after we battled and all that stuff, I think like maybe like I think that was like a Tuesday or something. Maybe by like that Friday, we was out and Clemens trying to make something shake. We couldn't get it rocking, but. From that point forward, it was like, yo, I added him to the squad, and we've been locked in ever since.
Yeah, that's head honcho. That's head honcho. So, yeah, man.
The origin story right there.
The origin story. Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of origins, tell us about the comics. Who's been into it more? Who's the more knowledgeable one?
Ooh, I think this might be close to a draw because I grew up.
Yeah.
My pops, man, shout out to my dad. Happy birthday, by the way. Well, actually, technically, it's yesterday, but whatever. Man, this man had like boxes of comics. So like I remember when I started doing music was not recording, but I started off as a battle rapper. I was overseas in Germany. My parents was in the military. So we stayed in the apartment complex. And they had the storage unit downstairs in the basement. And shoot, I can't tell you how many times I went down there for shits and giggles. I could have been on punishment. They dipped off to the store, bro. I was just sitting there with a little bit of light coming through the window and just busting out, bro, the Dark Knight comics and there's so much. My pops is a Ghost Rider fan. So there was plenty of those too. There was plenty of those too. My pops had like a lot of the Todd Spider-Man comics too before he did the whole Spawn shit.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think we kind of both on the even kill. Yeah. I mean, shoot. I mean, we don't call him Bruce Wayne for no reason. This nigga got Batman tats on his arm. So
yeah, for sure. But for me, I guess growing up, like my stepdad was like into like Chinese fighting flicks, Into the Dragon, Crouching Tiger, all that kind of stuff, 36 Chambers. And so for me, by the time I got into, like middle school, I kind of started picking up on mangas and reading Shonen Jumps and all that kind of stuff. And then I jumped into And then I jumped into I've always been like a heavy Batman fan, like heavy. Like I never forget growing up. I was like I had to be about 6 or 7, and I've always been into music. So I never forget we was at the store. And my mother she had Batman Forever or Doggy Style by Snoop. And she's like, which one? Like, you got to pick which one. And I literally stood in that store for like 30 minutes. We just walked around the store, and I just kept going back and forth. And I was like, you know what? It's like George Clooney, man. I'm gonna go with the Batman. Then she bought me both. But from that point forward, I mean, I've just been heavy Batman fan. And then I would, jump into like, I went to the comic book store with little bro, I want to say about 3-4 days ago. So I grabbed like Blade, and then he grabbed the Spawn and Batman comics or whatever. So I'm jumping back into it. But yeah, I've always been a heavy Batman fan. If you can't tell, I got Batman right here, Batman tattoos, all over kind of stuff. So
the cool guy.
Yeah,
won't be like him.
You soundproofing back there? You do a lot of recording? Oh, will be doing recording in there?
I do a lot of recording. A lot of recording. A lot. This I kind of transitioned to a new job. I'm a production supervisor for Chrysler or Stellantis. So that kind of took away from me being able to record as much. So I was like, you know what, instead of me being able to record as much, I finally get a break. I was like, I'm gonna just redo the whole studio. You know what I'm saying? And then, unless anybody hit me up for something, for the most part, I still got
Hitman for hire.
Yeah, Hitman for hire. I say it all the time. But
absolute.
I got like, at least right now, like if I wanted to drop, I got at least about 4 to 5 projects I could drop right now. So I'm just, putting the high hand. My man's got the high hand, so I'm putting the ball in his hands, like, letting him rock. And he need me, I'm here.
Now, being that you said you record a lot, most of the best lyricists they improve based off of replaying and listening to themselves. So, who are you your biggest critic?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure.
I can't tell you how many times I scrapped a verse or two or the whole song. Because I'm getting back into doing 3 verses now. Yeah. Getting back to doing 3 verses now because it's a lost art. You got to capture the listener within that first like 5-10 seconds. I'm like,
right.
Shoot. I mean, if you fuck with the craft, man, you know what I'm saying? You know how samurais get. You know what I mean?
Fact.
So yeah, it's definitely like that. To the point where, I feel like you have to be that way in order to grow, you know what I mean? But then sometimes it could be a double-edged sword as well, because, there's been countless times I sat there and, shoot, even with the Sunrise Project, and that shit was special for me because, not only the topics that we was both, discussing on those tracks or whatever, just to have the OGs appreciate it, you know what I mean? Because I'll never forget the day I was up in my room blasting. It must have been like some French Montana or something. But my man looked at me and was like, "Yo, y'all fucking screwed up the shit that I grew up and loved." And it's just like, damn. You know what I mean? So like, this was probably Sunrise and House of L was like the first time like my pops kind of like was like, all right, son, like, okay, just full on board with it. He always supported me, but you know what I mean? You go through your different stages of, evolution or whatever. So definitely was I definitely was on the funky weed rapper for a long time. Then that 7-year break really had me just like really kind of just take a moment. Had kids, I was a father. I have war stories now too, you know what I mean? So battle scars, and it was just like, yo, man, like what this was intended for, because hip hop saved my life. For real. You know what I mean? So like, what's the content about? Talk about your life.
Right.
I second that. I second that wholeheartedly. I would also agree to say that I am definitely my biggest critic. I grew up with a stepdad who lived in the studio. I had uncles that went on tour with KRS-One. So for me, by the time I had to prove myself in the house first, and then prove myself, to everybody else. So like growing up with a stepdad who was always rapping and making beats and stuff like that. Like by the time I went to him, like, yeah, I'm ready. He like, no, you ain't. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? And despite I still have my binder, but despite all the times he'd come home from work and I'm sitting at the table just writing raps. They washing clothes. I got raps. He like, nah, you ain't ready. So I never forget when we moved back to North Carolina. He took me to the studio with him with all my uncles and stuff, and I never forget. I walked in, they all just sitting there looking at me like, young dude, you ain't ready. And so they gave me the game. They taught me order, cadence, how to grow and evolve and stuff like that. But me being young, I walked in like, yo, I'm the coldest rapper in here. I don't care about none of y'all. Like,
gotta have that too, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, not to like boast or anything. You know what I mean? But like, got some confidence in yourself though too. So I didn't mean to cut you off, guys.
They was giving me the business, but I mean, I learned a lot, but it also gave me a different kind of hunger because Tupac was always my favorite rapper, but not because of his context and nothing like that. It was his work ethic. You know what I'm saying? So for me, from ages 12 to 18, I wasn't recording nothing. I was just writing. And when I turned 18, like I said, my stepdad took me to the studio. I did like maybe 3 or 4 songs with them or whatever. And then he was like, yo, all right, let me give you a computer. And from that point forward, so like I literally, when he said I've always had music and I've always been recording, you can literally go back in through my catalog, or at least at the time before they, shut down that PIF. But you could go through my catalog and literally every year you could see the growth. So I always go back and, like I tell Sincere all the time, you could tell when I'm getting ready to drop something because I'm listening to myself all the time. And I'm critiquing it. Okay, I need to do this better and do this better. And, come up, switch my ad libs up. So, yeah, I've definitely evolved over the years for sure.
I'll never forget that summer that your ass dropped like, how many projects was it, bro?
You talking about?
You were dropping like almost every 2-3 months, bro.
2012. All right. So the story behind this one, he always brings this up, man. So the story behind this one is like how we met. Currency dropped 9 projects in a year. I never forget. He did that for a whole year. He dropped 9 projects in a year, and I never forget. I looked at it. This is 2000. It's 2011. I looked at it. I looked at it and I was like, "Yo, Currency dropped 9. I'm shooting for 11."
Okay.
He was like, all right. And that whole next year, every like 2-3 weeks, I was dropping a project.
Yeah,
I was dropping a project. I mean, I low key started off my career with that because I did Arkham Asylum 1 through
4
that year.
No, 3.
Yeah, I did Arkham Asylum 1 through 3, Man Behind the Mask 1 through 3, Welcome to Ground Zero, Return to Ground Zero, and Get with the Galaxy, Beyond Zero Year. Yeah, I dropped like 11 projects that year, and then I just was riding momentum from that point forward.
Cold. I'm not gonna say I don't have that work ethic, but for me it takes some time. You know what I mean? Go back to you being your biggest critic. It's just one of those things where like I had a moment where I tried to force shit and I seen the quality. You know what I mean? So like one of my favorite interviews is I think it was off of VH1 when they was talking to Nas. He's like, "Yo, man, it's been like 5 years." He's like, "Yo, I've been living." You know what I mean? So like I always went off of that. because a lot of my music is, I mean, of course with Zero too. You know what I mean? You know, once you sit down and listen to the catalog, but I mean, everything is, you know, real life. I don't do no fabricating shit. Even with this whole Superman House of L project, like I explained to my man's, uh, shout out to my boy D'Antonio from the 5v5 Fighters. He's in here. I was like, yo, man, like I know it was comic book oriented, but at the end of the day, like it's hip hop. So like I had to find a way to still make it me. You know what I mean? So yeah. I try not to force it because I already know, like you said, yo, you get the hot hand, let him shoot. As soon as you go cold, pass the rock.
Real deal. Real deal. Real deal.
That's good.
It's funny though, hear him say that because me and him would be in the studio, and like for me,
Yo,
I'm
call it what it is, bro. Boot camp mode. Call it what it is.
Yeah. We definitely boot camp mode, gladiator school. You know, so that's what we do to other rappers who want to come to the studio. We be like, oh yeah, you want to come? All right, back gladiator school.
Dog, I remember going to the studio, bro. They used to hate us, dog.
Hate us.
We'll sit there and freestyle for like 2 hours straight. And
Yeah.
then we're about to record. And I'm like, yo, sit down, bro. Relax. It's part of the process, bro. And like they'll be down for like the first 20, 30 minutes. Go back to, you know, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll just be me and this man right here, bro. They used to hate it.
Yeah. And then go to record and I'm in and out like that.
Mm-hmm.
In and out. You know, because I don't believe in pitching in. So you gotta rap.
Oh yeah. That's a big thing too. It's a big thing. Oh yeah, we don't do no like no punching in, guys.
And no punching in.
Hey, at that point, the mother jumper behind the computer is the rapper at that point.
Yep. I was just about to say that. At that point, the engineer is the rapper.
Mm-hmm.
The engineer is the rapper. But yeah, we get in there and I'm a writer, so like I write everything. Like I write everything and I write on everything. So like even sitting here, I'm just looking, I got like 5,000 verses just sitting here in front of me. Like I'm always writing. So for me, I write acapella. Me and him, that was our first little bridge we had to cross because he'll sit in the studio and play the song 1,000 times, coming up with different flows, how he want to approach it, whatever. I get up and walk out. Come outside.
But that's the cool thing. That's part of the process though, because for me, I don't really take I wouldn't call myself a super lyricist, but like I take pride in my cadence and my flows. Right. You know what I mean? On how you deliver your verses. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would think about I'll do the Dr. Strange and be like, yo, there was a million ways to sit there and then cook this up, bro. I'm about to find out.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. Whereas for me, samurai for the heart. I'm standing outside swinging a sword at the wind.
Where's the novelist soundboard?
Oh. Yeah, that's all I'm outside doing. I hear them just sitting there just throwing bars off. All right, I'm gonna go with this, and then I listen to the beat that one time and go, okay, this is what it's telling me. All right, and I step outside. And I come back 10, 15 minutes later, like, all right, let's run it.
That's dope. Yeah. B&A, bro, novelist. You know, I got to shout out novelist and hero, who through them being in the Discord is how I got introduced to So Sincere.
Bet. And I'll go as far as this too. With my shout out, Nav got me back to rapping. I remember listening. I caught a Clear Soul Force's music video when they was on the rooftop. You know what I'm saying? Him and bro, dog. They was just dog. I was like, yo, what the hell? Who's these niggas? Like, only time I see something like that is like with me and my crew. You know what I mean? Like, but at that point, I wasn't recording or anything. I was always writing and freestyling and shit, just having fun with it. But when I first I found out about J Rock.
Yep.
And then I went to his bag and I'm like, yo, that's dope, because I didn't think there was a airspace for us. You know what I mean? Not saying that there's not artists that are their self, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was cool to hear another artist just geek out, you know what I mean? Anime bar references and
Yep.
all sorts of shit, dog. You know what I mean? I was just like, yo, that's just cold.
Yeah.
And you know, I bumped into the podcast, and then that's the whole Twitter shit. You know what I mean? And that's how, like I said, that's how I bumped into Shizzle. And all that, because Shizzle's a fan of Nav too. So, you know,
That's
it's one of those things.
Yep.
Yeah, I met a lot of the homies out off the Discord now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mischief and all them. You know what I'm saying? Sly. You know what I mean? Yeah, those are the bros.
Definitely. Yep. Mm-hmm. See how things work out, you know?
COVID, bro. That's how COVID. You know what I mean? Nobody was going outside. Everybody was stuck in the crib, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Ab-Zero, I'm the type of fan of hip hop, you know, actually just music in general. You know, if something catches my ear, I'll listen to that track repeatedly, and then I'll see what else is out there. So I gotta bring up Blood Cousins with 3 Steezy. Because I went and listened to the Bloodprint. What was it, the Billy Goats joint?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the 1800.
Yeah.
Like a few months ago.
The bottle, but we got to hear it.
Shout out Cuz. He at work right now, but shout out 30 Steves.
Yeah, man. Y'all went off on that snapping joint though.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's funny because like that's legitimately like my little cousin. You know what I'm saying? So like me and him grew up. That's one of the few people I can say I've known my whole life because I moved every 2 years. So that's one of the few people outside of, you know, Sincere where I can say I've known for a very, very long time. So like when I moved back up here for like a year, like the first year I was up here, like me and him would just catch each other at family functions and stuff. And then he hit me up on Twitter like, yo, I see you still doing music. Like you told me you was doing music like 10 years ago, bro. Like why I rap? Why you ain't had me come to the studio? I'm like, cuz you stay like 10 minutes from me, bro. Like we could have been late. And he pulled up and literally that whole year we were just locked in. And so then he hit me. I was like, yo, we need to go ahead and just drop these projects. I'm like, all right, bet. Say the word, I'm ready. And that's how we got those. But he's like, so because I moved around a lot, you got people that say I'm from Detroit, you got people say I'm from Winston, you got people say I'm from Georgia, and they're going to argue you down about it. Like they're going to legitimately argue you down. Cuz is legitimately a Detroit nigga. Like he's just, that is just him through and through. So it was like a style, it's like a style clash. At first it was a style clash for me because he brought a whole different sound. He brought a whole different approach. And for me, I had to kind of like change up how I approached features because I was used to doing music with Sincere and other people who are like rappers. So I'm coming in there bar heavy. Whereas doing him, he's a lot more boisterous and flamboyant and, you know, swaggy and, you know what I'm saying? He still got bars for days, but his approach to it was completely different than what I was, you know, used to or what I was accustomed to as far as recording. But I honestly like still go back and listen to those projects. Like, yo, this is just like cold. He's just cold.
What happened? Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. No, I was saying, are you and your cousin working on anything right now?
We actually have some stuff in the cut that we've been working on. So one thing about me is I drop a lot when I do drop, and you know I'm consistent, but I spend a lot of time behind the scenes just recording, stacking up songs. So we got at least I would say about two projects locked and loaded. It's just getting with him, and you know he normally just like the Sincere. They both kind of like know how I am. I will hold on to something forever.
Yes, you will, bro.
I will hold on to a song forever. I still got songs from 10 years ago that ain't never came out.
This is why we call him Bruce Wayne, bro. There's always a contingency plan, dog.
Gotta keep it.
Hey,
Right.
Gotta keep it. I mean, I got friends that, you know, girlfriends get mad at them, destroy their whole music catalog. So like, for me, I will hold on to something and send it to 2-3 people that I know ain't gonna do nothing with them, and I keep them in the cut. But yeah, we got some stuff locked and loaded. We're just waiting on him to be like, all right, cuz, go ahead and drop it, or let's go ahead and drop it. Because Sincere do the same thing. Like, he know we record something, I ain't gonna say nothing about it. We just gonna look up in the year past. He'd be like, yeah, I'm dropping this tomorrow morning, and he know I ain't gonna argue.
Do that. I do that.
I'm like, all right, bet, go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just ready to punch a hole in the wall, dog. That's just how. Ready to punch a hole in the wall, bro. Yo, man. Especially if it's hot off the press, and I'm just like, yo, if I listen to this 20 more times, bro, it's not gonna be like that, dog. You know what I mean? So I gotta just let it. Yo, we're gonna have to let it rock. That whole COR project we did last year. Yeah. Yo. Yeah, Zero and Mav looked at me crazy, bro. And he's like, yo, man, like, relax. And I'm like, yeah, I already dropped it. It's on the page now.
I didn't even know he dropped it. I was asleep. Dead sleep. I woke up and my phone was going crazy. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm checking $1,000,000 Facebook notifications. Click the thing. I'm like,
he said, this nigga here.
I know he didn't drop it. Called this thing, he like, bro, yeah, it's out. I did it. I bet. But it was very well though. But that's what I need them there for. Because I put out so much music that it's like at times I get caught up in the rap shit. And be like, I ain't dropping nothing because everybody used to me dropping all the time. So I'm like, I ain't dropping nothing. I'm going to just wait. And he'd be like, no, go ahead and shoot, bro. Shoot. Go ahead and put that out.
Shoot, Astro Showers did numbers.
Yes, that's a fact.
Like the first 2 days.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
Man. Speaking of that project a year ago, you got to tell us about that Gladiator School track with your brother. Maverick.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Yo, so that was actually around the time that song was recorded about like 3-4 years ago, actually. Yeah. So speaking of like, you know, keeping it in the vault. So that's when, you know, I got freed up from my relationship and shit. You know, dog, this man came into town and we literally had the whole squad over there. So yeah, little bro had to set up. And yeah, I just remember that whole first week, it was like 2 or 3 songs, 4 or 5 songs a day. Every single day I get out of work from FedEx, driving the delivery joint, bro. I'm like racing to get back into Winston. Like, yeah, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? Yo, bro, it's been 6-7 years, bro. Like I've been holding off for like a good minute.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, around that same time we had got everybody got their setup. Like I had to take care of everybody.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I ended up getting my Mac. You know, yeah.
I took everybody to get their set up, and like it was like I spent like 2 days. Yeah, because I had called you was at work. I was like, yo, when you get off work, pull through here. I got the plug, bro. We about to go.
Drove like an hour out the way, bro. Met up the guy that I bought my Mac off of. I went to high school with. He was like, hold on, Darius. Like, yo, man, what's good? Like, I played football with him. You know what I'm saying? And we just was chopping up. He's like, yo, man, I got the program that's on there. Whoopie whoop. I was like, my guy. we got all set up that week.
Yeah. Because I would just pop back up in town. And so I
don't man, listen.
Yeah.
You won't know if this man is in town for nothing. You just get a phone call. And then if you see something on social media, he's already gone.
Yeah. So I popped up and called him like, yo, I'm gonna tell you, oh, all right, bet. Pull up on you. And I had went and took little bro to get his set up. And everybody was over. And Sincere being sincere walked in like, yo, what we doing? I I'm like, I was waiting on you. Let's go. You ran it. Yeah, that song is called. That song is called. But yeah, I definitely kept that in the vault.
For a hot minute.
I definitely kept that. I was like, yeah, I'm holding on to this because this is a timing piece. This is when you drop with the right bunch of songs. It's gonna stand out.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Now, before the two of you tell us about the origin of your names, got to give a shout out to y'all got the family tuning in, so I got to shout them out. Got 47 in here. Said, "What's up?"
What's the business?
Yep.
JM.
Oh, and watch when I go back to the VOD and then I click on the name and then I'm gonna find out who.
Y'all got your 585 Z Fighter people up in there too.
Yeah, that's the big dog, man. Shout out to Rochester, New York. Yeah, man. I got back onto the esports things, side of things. So that's the dog, man. Bless me in. So, and that's my sis.
BLBT.
Shout out to the love. Yeah, man. From the Twitch side of things, she got some banging content. She a shooter for real. We be on the duty. And that's Lil Cousin.
Shout out Dub, man. Hey, he need call my phone. Call my phone, my dog.
Send them beats on through.
I get the cutting up. I've been real cool, man. You call my phone, bro. If I have to put your big cousin in the headlock, man.
Oh man.
That's Kaza. Yeah, that's my fam. Well, big cuz anyways. Not by much though. You always be trying to throw that in my face. Relax. It's only by like a year and some change.
Dope. It's
always that Cam, bro. Yo, man, Cam from the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Real ninja shit out here.
There you go. Yeah, I appreciate when people actually come and support like this. So always, man, it's the same as when you go to a show. You let your core people know, and they let other people know about it. Just seeing that energy of the people that have come out to know that there's true talent on that stage. So when people come in the comments like this, that y'all know, I always appreciate that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and appreciate the platform, man. And I've seen a couple of the videos of late too, man. Like, yo, dude, yeah. This is stuff that's needed. There's many components. There's many different, gears and stuff to keep the engine rolling. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's right. Much love.
Definitely. I try to keep it, another creative space, aside from the MCing and everything in the music, for the artists and the producers, DJs also, speak on.
Big facts. There's an airspace for all of us. I said we can all fly, damn it.
Right.
Just saying. That's one of the cool things about this. I mean, with me traveling, all over, you know what I'm saying? Literally the world, bro. Like, just, hip hop is or music in general is such a universal language. You know what I mean? Like, and just taps into that certain core part of you, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just, I just love it, bro. I love it. I bump into a lot of different MCs, a lot of different producers, you know what I mean, and DJs from all over the world, man. And like, shoot, just spending time in Europe. Like, they in a time vault. They love all the old school shit, man. Like, I love it, man. I love it.
Now, as I was saying before, let us know the origin of your names.
Well, for me, I'm a huge Nas head. So I grew up with, my pop CD collection was crazy. So, Dre and damn the Fugees, Tribe Called Quest. Shoot, I gave my oldest son Five Dogs name as far as for his middle name. You know what I mean? So like I there's a lot of different music I grew up listening to, but Nas has always been my guy. So I was always into, gangster flicks and shit growing up. And I remember watching Belly and, with EXO, hey, yo, Sin, da 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 da. Just that whole scene when he was sitting there on the project bench with the little homie. I'm like, yo, dog, that was from one of his songs, bro. Like, that was like so dope. I mean, obviously making the correlation with the origin of the word sincere, obviously. Sincerely yours. Yeah, I went through a lot of name changes growing up, but around my sophomore year, that's what pretty much, stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just rocked with it. Yeah, that's for me, man. Nothing too extravagant. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. For me, so I went through about 3 name changes, and it was about 2009, 2010. I was sitting there and I'm like, yo, I'm about to start recording. I'm like, I need a name. What I want to go with. And at the time, Constantine was one of my favorite movies. I was like, yo, I'm like, I should go with this name. And my man, shout out team. I ended up telling my man to run with that name now. But shout out him now. He was like, yo, like, Rich, you always talk about being like a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Or like how you don't exist, or like you exist but you don't exist, or whatever. He was like, yo, do you know that there's like no such thing as absolute zero, where you can never have like an absolute zero of anything? And I was like, huh? Yeah. And he was like, yeah. All right, I was like, sounds like something I can run with. And I never forget, I had mentioned it in a verse. And my stepdad, like, when I was walking out the room, was like, yo, Ab Zero, come here. And I stopped. He's like, you, nigga, come here. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm running with this. I can run with this. And literally the rest is history.
That's dope.
He had a better story.
Yeah, you definitely had a better story. Way more.
No, you did. That's all I was saying. Mine's just like, oh yeah, your favorite rapper. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the greatest storytellers of all time. I know it's up to discussion, but whatever.
That's a huge.
You saying so Sincere was saying that Ab-Zero's favorite comic book character is Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Yes, sir.
So this question goes for both of you. What would be your favorite anime or manga character that would represent you?
So I know you heard the Sunrise Project, which my boy Shizzle want to keep in the vault. He's doing some Zero shit right now. Getting on my nerves. Yeah, but there's a song on there called Spirit Gun and Sword. And yeah, man. Carl Barker, dog. That's my guy. That's my guy. Yeah, Steve's already got Vegeta, man. You know what I mean? When y'all did the Blood Cousin damn tape, I was kind of pissed. I was like, damn. Like I always call my son Kid Trunks, bro. Like,
yeah.
But yeah. My man always had heart, bro. Like, didn't necessarily have like crazy superpowers or crazy powers to, jump in the fight with. But he was always swinging. He was always swinging, bro. You know what I mean? Shoot, got a couple doves in there too. So I always appreciated that. And I mean, bro, we all grew up on Tsunami, dude. Like, I still remember coming home from school and, you know what I'm saying, setting up shop up in the living room when, TV was a thing. That's the reason why we all, there's a few anime that we can watch and that's one of the few.
Yeah, that's a fact. I would say for me, it's definitely Trigun.
Gun blow a hole through the whole soul. Let me stop, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Trigun was my shit growing up, but Vash the Stampede definitely was me. Either
one of my favorite tracks from him, by the way, it's called That. Bro, let me stop, bro.
yeah. Off that Dante Massarusa project on SoundCloud. Go check that out. That's that deal for sure. But it either be Vash. It definitely either be Vash or Shisamaru from Inuyasha. And that's only because Shishamaru's pull-up game was just undeniable, bro. Like, y'all could be going crazy, whatever. Shishamaru just pull up and it's just big dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he's just different. He always had that thing on him. And then after that, he do handle his business. And then you don't see him for another 10, 15 episodes. No. That's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, in between those two, I did. I see one of the comments. I definitely did rock with some of the animated version of Batman, and I could definitely sweet too. I was sweet too.
What'd you think of the new Trigun series that came out?
Uh-oh. These are discussions that we have on the phone. Go ahead, bro. Let the world know, bro. Let the world know. I'm intrigued.
So I don't know what you want to call it, gatekeeping or era keeping or some shit like that. But like, I am just a firm believer and just leave our shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough creators out here. It's enough, you know what I'm saying? We got all these different social medias and mediums to be able to venture out and touch and like just stop like reanimating, remaking. Just leave. It's certain stuff we can use that with. You know what I'm saying? Use that for Zords or, you know what I'm saying? Something that, you know, like a
Bleach has been cold. Bleach has been cold.
Well, yeah, Bleach, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like with Trigun, it was like that was the one that was like Big O almost. Like if you caught it,
he said Big Yo, hold on, Big O.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that was one of the ones where it was like if you brought this one up and you actually watched it, okay, we can have a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at Trigun. So when I looked up and you know what I'm saying? Oh, sidebar real quick. Sidebar. I'm sorry. I said Vash the Stampede. Let me put a correction. He's my 1B. My 1A is definitely Spike from Cowboy Bebop. I'm sorry. I cooked my damn self.
Okay.
But that's another one. You know what I'm saying? It came out of nowhere with that live action bullshit, dog. And I'm like, what? Come on, man. Leave our stuff alone, bro. Do that with God of High School. You know what I'm saying? Jujutsu Kaisen is a very good one. That's, you know what I'm saying? Do that with those. Leave ours alone, bro. leave our shit alone, bro.
I'm going to say this, and I keep saying it. The bar was set so high for live adaptation from anime of Rurouni Kenshin. Those 5 films, nothing that's come out has ever been close to that. And they did it with 5 films.
Yeah.
Hey, you see that shit over there? This is some real shit, man. Like, certain things you cannot, like, they try so hard to recapture, man. Like for me, and I mean, me and Zero talked about this like a long time ago, but like how they like butchered like Ghost in the Shell. You know what I mean? Like that's one of my favorite animes, bro.
That's a fact.
Like we got some of the greatest like sci-fi action movies based off of that one show / movie, however you want to put it. I'm just like, dog.
That's a fact.
Like, man, y'all, can I say it? Y'all whitewashing. Y'all whitewashing, man. It's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's like we go back full circle. Just kind of like, leave shit alone. If you're going to do it right, man. Have the right representation there. You know what I mean? Like, yes. Figure out some new shit. Damn it.
Yeah.
Same thing with these remasters and remakes on video games. Make some new IPs. Talking to you devs out there, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Crazy. Between the remakes and the DLCs, they're getting a little out of hand. Especially after what I just saw what they did with the Ninja Turtles on Street Fighter 6.
Oh, you saw them prices, bro? So you telling me I had to pay another $60?
Ridiculous, man.
Why? That shit hit my soul, bro. I was like, damn, dude.
There's a kid somewhere who doesn't have the time to want to grind. They're gonna go to their mother like, give me that $60.
Yeah, but then you know what? You wrong for that. Whoever the mother is, you wrong for that.
You just got the game.
Just got the game, bro. Just got the game.
These mother jumpers ain't worth a damn, bro. I don't know. What my man Peter Griffin said. You grind my fucking gears.
Oh man. We just brought up the live action Cowboy Bebop, and y'all have Winston-Salem. So I'm gonna drop this little connection right there. The actor played Jet Black. Mustafa Shakir also played what was it, Bushmaster in Luke Cage? He was born in Winston-Salem.
I think that might have been see, I looked at that Cowboy Bebop Netflix series as a remix. You know how how cats used to do back in the 2000s. It was Jay-Z and Lil Wayne and all them. They'll take your shit and then motherfucking then spit over your song. And it might be good, it might not be. But I think that was the only person that, like, I mean, because I always, man, I'm like, damn, dog, Jet's a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the anime, he's one of them. He's one of us.
Yep.
So I think that was the only one I was really cool with.
That's like Panthro in Thundercats.
Oh, wow. Facts. See, I'm about to ride you uppercut some of y'all, man. Y'all, boy. I don't even like Ryu, but you know.
We all know who gave him the swash, bro.
You talk about the one with the athlete's foot?
We know who gave we know who gave him the swash.
Yo, hey, shout out to Ken Monster.
Yeah.
Hey man, but we ain't gonna act like the GOAT ain't the one with the hands, bro. And barely any feet, bro. He just stomps on your toes, bro. Ball rock, bro. GOAT. He's on here, bro. He's on here. I got some GOAT Street Fighter gear, man.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Being that we're talking about that, tell us, what you do on Twitch. Let the people know.
Oh yeah. So about, better yet, been more about like 4 or 5 years. I got into the FGC scene a little bit more with MK11, but I've been really just been traveling a little bit, going to events and shit like that, and kind of led to one thing to another. Obviously, putting out content, but I wish I was in my early 20s or like late teens jumping on this because my hand-eye coordination ain't what it used to be out here playing FPSs. But yeah, man, I kind of fell back in love with with Tekken and Street Fighter and stuff like that. I've always been an MK fan. But yeah, this is one of the things that I jumped back into before I started making music was content creating. Because I mean, shoot, especially with fighting games has always went hand in hand with hip hop, like it or not. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of low key like what's going on with Waka Flocka and Sonic Fox. They got a whole live event up in Jersey, where they shooting a 1-on-1 for about I think like 20,000 for the new MK that's about to drop.
Yep.
You know, and everybody jumping on them for it. You know, oh, you over here talking cash to the one of the goats that's I'm like, yo, bro, like son did. I mean, I'm not a Waka Flocka fan, but he said some real shit like on Twitter. Like, there's a lot of things that help build hip hop as far as what it is today. You know what I mean? As far as core roots, fighting games has always been there. That's why I kind of Nav put a lot of like fighting game references in his music. I always thought that was cool as shit too. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, bro, give me another King line. Man, I suplex you off the bar. Let me stop. Hey man, yeah, one of those things, man. Like I've always been a gamer. I've always been a part of the esports scene. Earlier in my young lad years, it was more on the Halo and the Call of Duties and stuff like that. But found a love with y'all think it's button mashing, but you better check these inputs. So yeah, just build up to what I'm doing today, man. Shout out to the 5v5 fighters, man. Shout out to Rochester, man. Some dope individuals. About to get ready to go to ECT, East Coast Throwdown in October. Going to MK's first major, and see what we can do, man. I'm outside with it. Don't let this old man don't let the looks fool you, damn it. Might got something in the back pocket.
dope, man. Now before we go, we're gonna bring it back to House of L.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about just bringing it all together, down to the sequencing and the production. Because I know if you, I'm the type when a new project comes out, I'm always gonna read the track list, and I'm gonna do the same thing while I'm listening to it. But you got to feel like you're telling the story with this.
So with that being said, like I was talking about it earlier, it's a story, man. It's everything that I put in and put on wax is real life shit. So in the course of, or better yet, before the Sunrise Project, I was going through a lot of things in life. Losing my grandmother. We lost one of our homies in the Discord. I lost my aunt not too long ago before that. Things happening with certain things, in the family and stuff, you know what I'm saying, with my son's mother and all that. So like it was one of those moments, and I'm not a Clark Kent fan per se, like not huge. I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all now, and it sucks because I can't take the Bruce Wayne swag because my man already got it. I told y'all I grew up on the Dark Knight series and shit like that. Man, I've always been a Batman fan. Batman versus Spawn, you know what I mean? I always had those up in the vault somewhere, for me to reread and everything like that. But I guess coming with age, getting older, realizing the core mechanics, when it comes to, character build. And we always talk about this, me and the homie Zero, like, smiling, waving, and still gotta, in a sense, put the suit on, you know what I mean, and handle business. It don't even matter. You know what I mean? Like there's always something, you know, that's on the plate. It's always a world worth saving. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Your world might be crumbling around you, but where you standing at, it's always spinning. But yeah, it's just one of those. It was a project that I take pride in. It didn't have a whole bunch of features on it. It made sense to have Zero on there, you know, with the BVS joint Batman vs Superman. That was actually a cold track. That was fun to make. We kind of went back and forth, 8 bar, you know, this and the third.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just one of those. Like I literally had to go back to when I wasn't recording that much for last year, and just kind of like self-reflect on a lot of things. I was angry, agitated, anxiety out the damn roof. Just one of those things where it was like I got to my fortress of solitude where it's quiet and I had a chance to look in the mirror, you know what I mean? And not necessarily, you know, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, this what can I do to sit there and fix and change everything? It was like one of those things that I was like, okay, let me go ahead and just look at these past events that has happened in my life. And I haven't had a chance to really talk about it. You know what I mean? So I literally put a lot. This is one of those projects that I had to be totally honest and vulnerable. You know what I mean? Because I knew I was going to push it out to the world for people to listen to, you know, and I didn't really give a fuck about opinions or anything. This is literally for me, you know. So as far as beat selections and stuff, I do take pride in that. There was like a lot of neo soul production on there. I love like boom bap rap as well. I like the spacey, you know, the spacey type beats and stuff like that. But it was one of those things where, as far as for my process of making music, I've always said when it comes to the production, and this is probably why a lot of producers don't work with me, because you can't just pitch me whatever the fuck you want. When I listen to an instrumental, I like for the beat to speak without me having to put anything on it. So when you take the verses off, the music itself is a story, you know.
Facts.
So yeah, man, definitely one of those things, man. I took pride in it. It wasn't, I wouldn't say my best project, but it was like I said, it was like one of those first albums where it was like, okay, I'm not gonna have everybody on there. I'm not gonna do the normal shit that I'm used to. Like, just gonna put myself on the chopping block, and I'm gonna be okay with it. I really don't. I'm gonna be okay with it. I'm all right. You know, I don't need you to ask if I'm everything good and shit like that. This wasn't one of those. You know what I mean? Like, I already took time out for it when I was writing it.
So, for those that haven't heard House of L, I'm gonna put the link in the comments.
I posted the both our SoundCloud pages, and so if you go to Ghost and Fear SoundCloud, it's right there.
And there's plenty of songs with this man on there. plenty. Definitely taking a hiatus, get on my Obi-Wan and dip off to the cave for a little bit. But me and Zero do got a project for y'all coming out here real soon.
Real soon.
Yeah, we ain't even giving out. I ain't giving you a date or a title for it. It's just gonna pop up on the notifications for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, me and him been working on a dual collab project for like the last at least 3-4 months. So And it's a little bit different, man. Get back to just barring shit up and just back to the essence of it, man. You know what I mean? Like just being outside. You know. So yeah, this is like whenever the last time you was here in Winston, bro, what, like a month and a half ago or so. Yeah, man. So yeah, how all the homies are up at the crib and lay some things down, and next thing you know, we had like 8 tracks lined up. So, yeah, putting the finishing touches on there. And we'll see y'all here soon, man. You know what I'm saying? Some more Batman Superman shit. We don't have to fight no more, man. You know what I'm saying?
Then I got The Man Who Laughs coming out.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I totally forgot about dog.
Very, very.
Y'all going to fuck with this. Oh my god.
I got The Man Who Laughs coming out. It's real light. You know what I'm saying?
It's light, but it's heavy.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Like I went through my black suit moment, and this man, yeah.
So I got that coming. I got Absence of Light 2 coming. Me and Cuz got something coming. You know, since he already spoke on it, we got me and him got something coming. So this third, fourth quarter is gonna be real exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, bro. End of the year. That's why I'm taking a break for myself, because at the end of the year I'm gonna actually drop my official first album. So around my birthday in November 18th. So, young Scorpio shit.
Once he come through with the album, get his album situated, get that out, get that rolling, I'll be spinning the block. But for now, it's all hands on deck with Sincere.
There you go.
Always appreciate that, though.
Always do.
Yes, sir.
Now, before we go, and y'all give you shout outs and where they can go and reach out and support your music, my last question is, whatever's on your mind that you want to tell the people, it's on you right now.
I got something. I got something. So check this out. So, and Sincere's gonna laugh because he knows he's gonna know what I'm talking about. So on this Madden 24, right? All the celebrations are sweet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no issues with it. I'm cool. But I just seen a celebration where a dog was throwing up the hooks and he was setting out a hop. From 1Q to a lot of GDIs out there, please, for the love of God, do not take that dance, or what you call a dance, off that video game and go out here and start doing it. Please don't do that. Please do not do that. Okay? Don't do that. It's not going to be received as well as you think. I promise you. Do not do that, please. You know what I'm saying? That's my 2 cents on that.
No, guys, as we ended with the game and shit. Yeah, man, I just appreciate everybody coming by and supporting us, and shout out to the homie for allowing us to come up on this platform. Y'all continue to be great and continue to strive, you know what I'm saying, through rain or sunshine, you know what I mean? This is what builds us, and we just gotta push forward, man. So, we all go through the shit. But we also heavy lift as well. So always keep that in mind, y'all.
There you go.
Positivity all around, man. I love y'all.
Yes, indeed. Respect. And where can they reach out to you on social media?
Social media for me, you can check me out on Twitter, 585Z Sincere. Instagram is so sincere 803. No, excuse me, X Sincere 803. And if you feeling froggy and want to check out some of the content on the gaming, you can find me on Twitch, Mr. Galaxy Bound 585Z. Yeah, there's a lot of 585 out here, and I ain't even from New York. That's crazy, but we outside with it.
Yeah, and then for me, you can follow me on Twitter at Rich COR Universe. My Instagram Ab0COR. TikTok Ab0. No, my TikTok is Rich Ab0COR. And,
We ain't got it together over here.
Yeah. Dude, SoundCloud Ab0COR. You can just Google Ab0COR and everything you need.
It's right there.
Right there. You like the game? I'm a gamer, so you know.
I am the video game ambassador of COR, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But you want to jump on the 5? I'll be on Call of Duty, all of that. Absolute Zero COR. You know, rock with me, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all taking the time. I appreciate the music that y'all continuously putting out. Looking forward to the project y'all been talking about on this interview as well.
Just keeping it quiet. Hey, man, appreciate you having us here, man. Like I said, a long time coming, bro. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You know,
and you're always welcome to come back. So whenever,
that.
We'll set that up again.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And we appreciate the work that you do. Yeah, shit, we made a joke up in the Discord, bro. Yo, this man is like the hip hop like newscasters. Like he's like CNN or something like that. He's that guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, make sure y'all check out the rest of the content he has too on the sidebar. Because like, yeah, I really have been enjoying a lot of the other interviews. You about to have Sky Zoo out here, bro? Did I see that?
Yeah. You know, we're still working on that. Yeah.
It's got to be heavy.
Anyways, let them have the exit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be quiet.
All right. On behalf of our whole HHDG media crew, we're gonna say peace.
Peace.
Yeah.